are you doing the research before you even go to that college?
If you want something free, go look it up on YouTube. But you gotta think.
In this moment, I don't really feel safe.
Why did you really do it?
Yeah.
And let's be honest, why?
Thumbs up or thumbs down? I feel safe in my university.
I mean, is there an option for both?
You can do the middle.
I think okay. In my point of view, only feel safe. Okay, I feel safe because I know God got me, and I'm very
Exactly that part. Yeah, that's my insurance right there.
I got stuff to do. God ain't gonna do me like that. But I do think that there do be some crazy stuff going on campus, and it's very sad that stuff does go on. But I mean, I feel safe simply because of just how I navigate life. Like, I try not to pay attention and get that in my head. But I mean, I'm aware of my environment and stuff. But I wouldn't necessarily say I feel unsafe. Like, it's not on my mind so much to the point where I feel like, should I not do this? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. At first, I was like, I don't know, during homecoming and whatnot.
Yes.
I had to think to myself, every school has its pros and cons.
Yeah.
It's like, especially HBCUs, it's like, they all have its pros and cons, and I have to remind myself, I can't go around thinking, oh, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. Because you never know, like, what's gonna get you. So you just gotta,
you gotta live
in the moment.
That is your last time.
Yes.
Hey, high, all that.
No.
It's like this.
I do feel safe in my room, though. I will say that.
Yeah. Well, not even that. I ain't gonna lie. After Barbie, nope. Nope.
Let me see. Well, being that I'm not on campus anymore. Now, last year, I felt I was a little more safer last year because UPD used to just be, they used to just be there. And I was just like, what are they doing? But I was like, hey, my safety comes first. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot more, everybody was trying to look out for each other. That's what I kind of seen. I've seen a lot of unity. I feel like now, I'm on campus now, I could be like, I'm gonna go to this party. Nah, I'm gonna go back to the crib. My apartment's over there by UNCG. I'm good. But
I feel like you can identify what things to go to and what things
What
not to
not
go
to.
to.
Like no case party.
Yeah.
Say no phones. Let's not go.
And on top of that, I always feel like one thing with my pet peeves, please do not go out with me and your phone is dead. Do not do that.
Exactly.
Please don't do that because what if, I hate being the what if type of guy, but what if my phone's dead too?
It got cracked. It got ran over.
And I need to use your phone and you just that's why anytime I want to go with anybody, I go with people I trust. I'm like, you figure it out. Her phone may not be, her phone gonna be at 35, but it's gonna work. I feel safe, but being that I'm not on campus as much because I drive from here and back, I don't really know what goes on now. But when I was here, I did feel safe.
I feel like not much goes on campus. Well, that's how I feel because we're students, we black, we all trying to get an education. Don't nobody have time to just start fighting, showing out.
High schoolers, we're trying to
exactly.
Move on life.
If anything bad were to happen, y'all hear when that guy, they found some white guy who came to our campus, and in his car he had a machete.
Yes.
He had a whole bunch, just a whole bunch of weapons in his car.
When was this? Because I was in my notes.
I've seen it on Twitter.
It was. I don't even remember. I think it was 2 years ago or a year.
That's
ago.
2022 or 20. I remember seeing on the news.
It was that year.
Oh, yeah.
They would literally just found. I don't know how they got him, but he was just roaming campus in a car, and they found a whole bunch of weapons in his car.
Yeah.
I don't know what he had planned that day, but they got him.
Honestly,
glad we ain't found out. I wasn't even here yet.
Right.
From
doing I did research before I came here, but from what I'm seeing, the Chick-fil-A fight, I don't know if y'all saw that. Remember when Chick-fil-A was where Wild Blue is, and they had that fight there. And then
I did see that.
Yeah, and then the Barbie incident with the girl and the fire.
Yeah.
So it's just it's minor things. So they're doing their best. I can't, because at the end of the day, college, they're they can't control everything that happen in life. We can't always have, because they do have police that come and kind of ruin some things and be like, dang, we weren't doing nothing. But for the most part, they do what they can. So yes and no. But
shutting down parties early at the stew. They're shutting
Bro,
down.
I mean, the first policeman was cool. He said, he turned on the light and he was like, all right, but when the next person comes,
Which, I mean, it makes sense though, because everybody who like comes here just like, let's make A&T ghetto again. Let's not do that. It's the institution.
Yeah,
It's not a party school.
It's a party school, but I feel like any school that you go to is a party school. But most of the things that we do on campus,
Keep it cute.
yeah, we like,
Keep it
keep it
cute.
demure.
we-
Cutesy, very demure. You gotta keep it like
love this college because we do put people in check sometimes. Like, hey, she said she want to go with you, so somebody got to pop up and be like, no, or we make sure, but we don't get to the point where like, oh, everybody's just watching with their phones out. No, I see people helping.
Right.
So.
Cause I'm just like, I think I know. I went to one kickback on campus, and it was cool, but I was just like, yeah, it's time to go. And my other homie, he conveniently came in there as soon as I was about to leave. I said, yep, I'm staying here with you now, bro. But
So just follow your good.
Yeah.
because anytime my good, not 10 times out of 10, your good is telling you the truth.
It's just, I will say, because I do have the friends that are not observant. So it's like when you have to watch for me and two other people, it gets kind of hard. So then that's why I be like, hey, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Only because I know you. So I'm like,
And the crazy part about that's why it always has to be like someone with a gun. It's like a maximum amount of people I'll go with. Like I'll go with y'all too, and we all going somewhere together. I'm like, okay, at least if he, say you drunk or some shit, or some stuff like that, and I'm just like, okay, well we got Riri here to be.
yeah, like I'm Mother Teresa. Like it's just like, okay. Yeah, I keep location, buddy system. Where y'all at? Like, yeah.
Text me when you get home.
I always say, text me when you get home. Like it's you have to have these like it has to be put in because people, we just, like you said, we gotta live like it's like nothing.
Like it's our last day.
Life don't care how old you are. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, and it showed me a lot when you showed me that accident the other day. Remember the other day? And I seen it. I was just like,
Oh, the accident at the Mel Center. Yeah, I saw that.
I seen it and I was just like,
Yeah.
yo. But luckily she's okay.
Yeah,
and I was just
perfect.
like, where was she going to drive that fast? I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's like and I feel that's gonna be an eye opener to her. It's just like I could have passed.
You
away.
could have killed your friend, like the friend in the passenger
But you
seat.
bring in the passenger seat, and y'all was lucky. So it's just kind of like a thing you gotta learn. Like it's a lot of people who take their safety for granted
Yes.
and would do anything just to get a click, a like, or something. And I can't stand that because I'm like, I can't fathom. I'm gonna feel like it's on me if you go out there and I don't say nothing to you. Like, I don't pull you to the side like, you think this is the best idea? Or nah, I'm gonna just come with you. Just to make sure that you're safe.
That's why with some of my friends, if they're going to parties, I'm like, who are you going with?
Right.
I'm not asking to be nosy. I'm asking for your safety.
Safety,
Like the
because-
Darty the other day, I knew somebody. I knew she was about to go to a party, but I was like, by yourself? And I told her to go with somebody. I'm glad she found somebody because who knows
Yeah,
what could
like
happen.
policemen were coming up. You got
Right.
people running everywhere. Yeah,
I'm
no.
about to say you got random. I think like it was like a point where it was just like random people who don't even go here, who in Greensboro, just be coming here. And I'm
Them
just like,
locals.
the locals.
You right.
And like I said, I haven't really had no interaction with no local for real, but
The only one I remember is y'all the dude with the game cards walking around. Yeah, all I remember is that from
I think
Homecoming.
he went here. Did he go here?
No.
I most definitely no.
I don't remember.
You talking about the guy who would just like leave cars around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he had
think he
the
went
poker Uno. So he did because I've been hearing he
At Homecoming?
didn't.
No,
yes.
he most definitely.
That was probably something different.
Because I
Okay.
most definitely dabbed him up a couple times, and I was just like, oh, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I was like,
Where,
you got Uno.
I think he stayed in Bryan last year, I believe.
Yeah,
So.
because everybody kept saying they kept finding cards in there mostly, but then they said like the four. Yeah.
I'll never forget, there was like a card by my door. I'm just like, what's this?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a man walking around throwing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, for Halloween?
No, he was just doing
It was before Halloween though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because for Halloween, I walked out my door and there was a pumpkin there.
Oh, see, nah.
Yeah, that was kind of scary.
I don't play that.
I
don't play
That
that.
was kind of creepy.
don't play that. You mess around with me, I'm gonna kick the pumpkin. Like, what you doing?
But I'd say,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I feel safe.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah. They try their best at what we can, like I
Yeah.
I'm
said.
about to say, it is a lot of students and try to accommodate for everybody. It's kind of hard. And that's why I believe that I love the system that we have with certain people.
Especially
And on top of that, we will all look out for each other. So if we see somebody pass out over there, be like, what's going on?
Like the man that was naked on that tower. Like everybody, I mean, it took about 35 minutes till we figured it out, but everybody looked up. Yeah, okay, but
I remember that because it was on side.
but it was actually was it outsider or student? Oh, but yeah, I don't know. It was weird. It was weird.
I will say one thing. No matter what you hear about whatever school you go to, don't live your life in fear.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you go out at nighttime, have a buddy system.
Yeah,
Please.
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
And there, one thing that like kind of gets on my nerves a bit about my homegirls, they like to go places by themselves at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Let me come with you. I have a car. I'll just take you there.
Like, don't leave.
Don't leave,
And especially
you know,
if you don't let anybody know.
That's real.
Right. That's the one thing I don't like. Like, just don't tell me, I just went here. I'm just walking back. Where? You see the time? You feel me?
Like, I don't want to hear about you the next day. Like,
Yeah.
Right, and then
happened.
I'm gonna feel guilty because like I could have said something. I don't want to feel like, oh, I could have did this, I could have did that.
Right.
Yeah.
We could have just avoided all of that, but I feel safe.
Same.
Like I said, I felt a big old southern hug when I came here. And I said,
yeah.
I'm coming here.
Yeah.
Big on something.
So yeah.
Especially when I met y'all, I was like, ooh.
Hey!
Yeah.
All right.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? College is a scam.
I don't believe college is a scam, and I'll say why. It's more of an investment. And when it comes to you invest time, your money, and on top of that, I just believe that when it comes to it, college is what you make it. It's an experience. A lot of people can't say they went to college. A lot of our grandmothers, everyone else can't say they went to college. And I feel like the institutions now are more developed, and you're actually, be able to, to more go towards your degree program and have a lot more opportunities if you go to college, whereas if you don't have a degree at all. And that's just the hard truth in the world we live in. That's my opinion on it.
I agree. I think that it depends on the person, the major that they are, and like the specific college. Like, are you doing the research before you even go to that college within what major you're or whatever major that you're about to major in? Like, I could say, oh, it was a scam that I went here because they don't necessarily have what specifically I want to do. But like you said, college is what you make it. Yeah, it might not be here, but I can pay my own way and use my resources, what I already have here, and do what I need to do to get that degree, and just make a way for myself. Like, I could not do anything and say college is a scam, like, and then just drop out, and then that's it. Like, then what? Like, no. But yeah.
I agree with both of you. I mean, if you think about it, when you come to college, it kind of prepares you for life because you're living on your own. You got to figure out where I'm going to get this food from, or I got to wake up for class, and then, oh my gosh, I got to study on my own. Like, your parents, they're no longer there to like push you to do those things. You got to do it all on your own.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, if you come out of college, and I don't want to say not successful, but like if you're not successful, it's more than likely because you weren't like, what's the word?
Like active?
Yeah, you weren't active in what you were trying to do and whatnot. Or like she said, you didn't do your research before you came. So like, let's say you're in engineering, but you're good at journalism, but you decided to go do engineering. It's like, why would you
do that?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. I disagree because everything that y'all brought up would have to be on the students, not the college. America College is a scam because as I'm hearing in Canada, everywhere else, they're getting provided what they need. I'm in class and most of my classes, I'm not going to call nobody out, but it's been watching YouTube videos. I didn't pay $65 to watch YouTube videos. I could have done that at home. And then it's, like you said, to your point, picking of where you want to go. So it's just, I feel like doing research on where you want to go and how much they provide, because I picked A&T over Winston because of the field that I'm in. They invest in so much money in this field because they want, and I've been seeing a lot of people get their careers afterwards too. So it just seems as if, like, not this school in particular, but other colleges are definitely taking a lot of money. We're trying to get everybody in to take the money, to take the FAFSA money, but then afterwards, it is up to the student, but I do see some students trying and everybody's just kind of half-assing it. It's just like,
Do you
okay,
think it's more so like the curriculum?
yeah, like that and financial. Like I will say, as I've been hearing as of lately, especially high schoolers who want to attend HBCUs to get that HBCU experience, what we see on TV about HBCUs, it's trending now, sure, but let's not forget the payment. It's money. And go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like some people have like I'm not gonna say delusion, but like a fairy tale way of perceiving what college
Yeah, like a
is.
fantasy. Yeah.
Especially people who go here. I'm just gonna be real honest with you.
Yeah.
They see what's on TikTok, we doing this, we doing that, but no one's really showing them what the real deal, what you deal with as a college student, and that's what's missing.
Yeah.
And so I just believe that it's morally a thing when it comes to people aren't showing the real side of college.
Right.
People aren't showing when you got an exam due at 11:59 and you decided to party the last day and now you're just kind of there, now you're trying to crunch. People are not showing that you got to walk all the way to the calf and the calf food is not really that good. You feel me? So it's really like an experience. To agree with your point, I believe you do have a point about America, because anywhere else I see, you see the resources, you see the curriculum, and you see them actually learning what they're going to do. I'm not saying that we don't have that, but we invest so much money and so much time, and some people don't even get anything out of it. That's my thing about it. So
I think. Go ahead.
I think that when it comes to like funding and stuff, you have to. I'm not gonna. Okay, I do agree. This some colleges are a little bit too much. It's too expensive to a certain extent. Like, but I also think that when it comes to funding and like finding those scholarships and stuff, you have to really advocate for yourself. And when you are gonna advocate for yourself, like you have to. Like for an example, like would you say you notice people get money at the school because like they're most known, or would you say that?
Yeah, no.
But okay, I've heard people say that, but my argument to that is I wouldn't say like they're most known, but they're probably most involved and most active.
Exactly.
And that's why they get that funding.
Exactly.
And that's why they are recognized because of what they do, because of their hard work. That's why they get that funding, and they're advocating for themselves, and they deserve it because they put in that work. But I do understand like people's point when people say like, I'm trying, I'm doing this, but I don't know.
What's your definition of trying is my question. Because it'd be like, you just went to class and then, I went to one event and you were in the very back, and that's not trying.
That's not trying.
That's not trying. I've been hearing those excuses. I'm like, no. But to your point, it's just, as I've been hearing about overseas and everything, people say, oh, y'all have to pay for, our college pays for our insurance, our college don't charge us for this. It just seems like America itself is just...
It just comes to politics. It's really just politics. It comes to local politics here in North Carolina. It really starts in your community. I encourage a lot of people to go to like, what's it called, like town hall meetings and stuff, and see the conversations that they're actually having, because the conversations that they're having, like, that's what affects our school and stuff, and why our tuition constantly goes up.
Exactly.
You ain't lying, because paying out of state ain't it.
It ain't it.
Especially for people, like I said, we're from Atlanta. The colleges they provide down there, don't get me wrong, some of them are good. But for the specific, major, when I first came here for engineering, it was across the board. It was either here or FAMU. But it was something about when I came here, I felt immediately at home.
I did too. I don't know what about it. He wasn't here because I took like an HBCU tour, and everywhere else it didn't hit different. But when I came here, it just felt so welcoming and just so warm. I was like, I think I like your air. So that's when I came here. But honestly, I was actually gonna go to Clark, but I found out that when I got like my letter, they basically said, because Clark's a private school.
Institution, yeah.
I literally would have been paying what I was paying at Clark here. My freshman year.
That is crazy.
That's insane.
It's insane. I mean, to your point, it's just a lot of colleges, I would say, are underfunded.
Yeah.
So they can't really put too much money into what specific program. At the end of the day, they know A&T as a engineering school. So that's where all the money gonna go. Money gonna go towards engineering or whatever the hell they want to do. They're building something across campus that we don't even know anything about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Instead of, I believe, what I feel that they should be using the money for is investing into more housing. Because as you can see, y'all accept more people, and then you get mad when people complain about, well, I don't have anywhere to stay, or the living conditions I'm in is just not it. You know?
Paying rent, and you got your family already paying about $600 at home. They can't pay for mine too, and then trying to find a job junior year, that just seems unreasonable. Like, yeah.
It's a lot. No, I mean, I feel like Matt, what you said that is what you make it, but it teaches you about real life stuff, because
It does.
a lot of times you're not going to be able to be like, everything is going to come at you, and you got to know how to deal with that.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like funding and stuff. Like, people will be so excited to get a refund check, but they spend their refund check on food and parties.
Yes.
Why are you not investing it and using it to pay for the next semester?
Guilty.
Or pay for some type of housing? I don't know.
Yes. My big back gets to me every
all
time.
That's right. You live and you learn, and that is okay. But that's just like the reality of college.
That's what the experience is for.
That's what the experience is
Exactly.
for.
So, I mean, what would you say to like people who want to come here, being that you're a senior? I'm pretty sure you've seen different sides of A&T. So, what would you tell them?
I say get the fun out your freshman year, but like as soon as sophomore year hit,
Period.
you need to
You need to lock in. Yeah.
You need to lock in. Because honestly, like, I missed my freshman year, but there's just some moments where it's like, why would I do that?
But you live and you learn.
You live and you learn. You live and you learn.
So.
That's really what it is. I say just soak up all the resources, all the networks. Talk to everybody. Talk to anybody. Talk to your professors. Like, just network with anybody, because you just never know what wisdom somebody might drop on you. You never know where somebody might maybe going after y'all graduate. Like, it's just good to have those connections. I don't know.
Yeah, here at this school, communication is key.
It's key.
Very much so.
It don't matter what major you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep those connections.
I'm about to say, because we're all different majors in here, but we're all connecting and coming to a common agreement about what the topic is.
Yeah.
So, just a matter of making those connections and actually be willing to do that.
Yeah.
Because I definitely seen the class that came in, because I came in 23. I will say, even though some of us were antisocial, we still was pushed to, okay, do this, do that. 24 wasn't really pushed to do anything.
I think college really teaches you a lot of social skills, but I feel like you have to be aware that is teaching you those social skills, and like you have to learn to practice those social skills, especially when it comes to communication. Like, oh my gosh, communication is probably the biggest thing people have on this campus, especially from an RA perspective. People do not know how to communicate.
Yes.
It's very, 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 very bad. And people think they know how to communicate. Like, people claim they're so grown. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
I'm grown.
Like, oh, I'm
I know
grown.
how to handle this
Like, oh my gosh. And don't even know how to communicate at all.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I'll put it like this. I wasn't originally, like, my freshman year, I wasn't here at this school. I was at a different school, Lewisburg. And I was trying to, like, start up my business and whatnot. But I sucked at talking to people.
That's okay.
Yeah, I really sucked at it. And, like, every time I would go to somebody, I would stutter and whatnot. But when I got to this school, I promise you, I don't know how it happened, but somehow I felt the courage and whatnot.
You know what it is? You know what it is? I think that here, the environment here and the community here, they just naturally push you. Like, it's just naturally a standard, like, you know, when you introduce yourself, hi, I'm Romani Ross, I go to da-da-da-da-da, I'm this major, like, that's just something natural, like, it just clicks. Like, I remember, I used to be so shy. Like, I was in my bubble, always had a hoodie on. Oh my gosh. Looking at myself, who I am now, my high school senior self, like, she would not believe the person that she is today, like at all. I've just grown so much simply because just watching people, and I like to tell myself, like, if you're not prepared to be in a situation, like God will never put me in a situation I'm never prepared for. That's what I like to tell myself.
That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all got any more comments about it?
I like that. So what she did.
Put it on the shirt. There it is.
Yeah.
Put it on the episode. There it is. But
that was deep.
that was deep. That was deep. Got to. Nah, but yeah. I mean, I think this conversation has to be had, not with just us though.
Everybody
It has to be outside the room because a lot of people, what I see is a lot of them like, why did I even come here? Why? You know what I'm saying? I got to deal with this and that. I'm just like, college is what you make it.
It is.
If you sit in your room all day, you just go to class, come back, and don't do anything and make any connections or anything like that, you're going to sit there and you're going to be like, I wasted all my 4 years.
It was pointless.
It was pointless. And then you're going to feel like your money was wasted and all that stuff when you could have, in fact, did a lot of things. Because I'm not going to lie, I was shy at first, kind of, sort of, but I kind of wanted to, like, build myself. I was just like, I got to come in here because there's going to be a lot of people that's like-minded, and they're going to probably push me to that next level of getting, doing something like a podcast, doing something like that doesn't just come out of nowhere. Like I remember me sitting there and I was just like, am I ready for this?
Yeah.
Push me to that right direction and praying and like, if this is the right direction, if this is the right school for me, you're gonna allow me to be here all 4 years, and I've been here.
I think this experience is literally just pushing yourself. That's literally all it is. Like, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Like, that's like, make the mistakes. We're so young. Make the mistakes here. It's easier to make a mistake here because you make a mistake and you move on. Literally, nobody's paying attention. Nobody cares. Everybody's in their own world.
Yes.
And a lot of people are perfectionists too. Yeah. And pessimistic because for example, you got people who will take a test and that'll mess up their whole week. Like, I can't.
You gotta move on.
You gotta move on. Like, it's easier said than done. Yeah. Because a lot of people, that's what they were expecting in high school. But I'm like, high school and college are two totally different things. Right. Because your mom is not, like you said, your mom and your dad ain't telling you what to do. Right. They're not telling you to do your assignment. You don't do your assignment, you get a 0, and
it's on you.
It's on you. It's not on anyone else but you, but yourself. So.
And that's the same thing with like getting no's when it comes to like internships and stuff. Like my first couple of years, I was like, okay, why am I not getting an internship? But you're gonna get like so many no's before you get a yes.
Yeah.
And I also like to tell myself, like, join orgs and stuff, like get on e-boards, because you can learn a lot within an e-board, the same as you do in an internship. Like if you don't have an internship over the summer, like that's okay. Sometimes the work that you do throughout the semester can be like your internship. Like a lot of skills are transferable, and I think people put the life after college up on a pedestal.
Yes.
That is true.
In a very big expectation to a point where we're stressing you out in the moment while in college, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think it's just overall, because I literally have to talk about this next week to high schoolers, you have to let it go of not being comfortable, of people disagreeing with you, of you saying no. Yeah. You don't even like everybody. Why do you care? Like, it's just so, like, I really like to tell people, when you come here, unless you're just really in your room, just shut off to the whole world. Because, black people, we spot it. And we're going to be like, there's something wrong. And then it's like to a point where you can just be like, okay, I am uncomfortable with this, but I know this is going to get me somewhere. Like career fairs and stuff, I'm not prepared. We'll still go. I mean, what else do you got to lose except for, So unless you're really just trying hard, like I said, you really can gain a lot, especially from this school, as far as any skill that you're wanting to look for. But if you're really just trying your best to avoid every confrontation, I don't know what to tell you. You're just going to get a degree with just paper and words, and that's it. That's all it's going to be.
You want to make sure that what you're doing as far as the major, because a lot of, I was one of them kids where I picked a major and I was not passionate about it. I wasn't. Yeah. I did computer science my first year. Was that a mistake? Yes. And on top of me being comp sci, I was in the band too. Yeah. So like you put that on top of that, I didn't really have time to be like, I can lock into this and do, because there was so much things coming at me. But I learned, I was just like, this ain't for me. I got to tell my dad and parents, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
We must be psychic, because I was about to say the same thing. Let me tell you, I'm going to be honest with you, before I came to this school, I didn't know where I wanted to go, because at first I was at a community college. But I know I wanted to get out within the first year, but I was like, I don't know where to go. For some reason, like you said, this school was just drawing my attention, and I was like, man, this just feels like home. I really feel like there's something good for me here. And I feel like I would find it. So I continued doing my major that I was, which was business at the time. And, you know, I got here and I was like, I don't really like business. And then somehow I just walked over here to the Crosby building, and then I'm like, what's this? And I'm like, journalism. I'm like, I never thought about that. Next thing you know, I'm over here finding all these people, all these things that I'm interested in. I'm like, let me go switch one.
I was one of them kids, man.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, and it's never too late to do that. I feel like a lot of people say you have to stick with that major, but if you're generally not passionate and it's stressing you out, figure out something that is for you.
Yes.
And that's when you got to get out your room and go explore.
Go explore. Because one thing I will say, like a lot of my friends, like last year that aren't here anymore, and like as far as like the school, they tell me the same thing. Well, there's nothing here for me. I'm just like, do you go outside? No, I just go to the caf.
See.
Hey.
But that just brings to the point, college, well, my personal opinion, college is not a scam.
It's not.
Because I think it really does build up not only it builds up your professionalism, your communication skills, a lot of just interpersonal skills, and just prepares you. I don't know.
Yeah,
You just take it what it is.
I agree.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? College should be free.
We split 50-50.
Okay, I want to say college should not be free. I mean, if you want something free, go look it up on YouTube. But you gotta think, there are people here who are taking the time out of their day to teach you things, and then there are also people who have to provide you with food, and then you have to go with housing and whatnot. Like none of that stuff is free. So like, why should I be here for free? You know what I mean?
I feel like when it comes to it, as you said, internationally, some people don't even pay tuition. Right. But some people know. I feel like it should be free for at least the students. At least, so if you catch my drift, I feel like the government should be paying for our tuition because they have plenty of money. What are they doing with the money? You feel me? But I really feel like it should be free.
I think it should be discounted for minorities. I think that.
There we go.
I think that because I like your point. You know, I understand. At the end of the day, these teachers need to get paid. The people who make the food need to get paid. Facilities, everybody that makes up a college, they need to get paid. But I also think that we already go through enough.
It shouldn't be so high up.
It should not be this expensive. I think we should get the same resource that we're getting here at a lower price. With that funding still coming in.
Right.
Because regardless, well, first off, we have to work 10 times as hard to even get seen. And then also,
Like this.
where our counterparts, first off, they already have connections. They already get priority when it comes to working like in the workplace and just overall in the world in general. So I just feel like it should be discounted for minorities.
I agree with your point. Discounted, yeah, but to your point, it shouldn't be totally free. But if we're at a HBCU and there's nothing but us here, we shouldn't have to pay as much to get here. Like I feel like it's a task. My tuition should not be high. I shouldn't be paying that much to come to an HBCU that has plenty of money and plenty of funding. Which I can understand it from a certain aspect, because where the resources are going to come from. You think everything is just free? No, I just believe that, like you said, it should be discounted. That's my point.
Of course, yes and no. The biggest thing would have to be when you hear free, anybody comes because it's easy access. But to your point, it's just like later on for the people, because I've seen some students who had 3.5 GPA go to class on time but cannot afford it, and I feel like they should have it free because they put the time, work, everything. But the people who are in just go to class, I don't feel like it today, or damn, I'm going to this darty, but I don't feel like going to this class. Yeah, those people know, because I want y'all to learn. It gets to a point in life where I'm not saying there should be an earning system, like a point system, but there should be some type of responsibility that you have to gain. Because if you can't do that now by just going to class, because there's other people paying. I know I'm not trying to cover all y'all, but the kids for the military, they get refunds and they got it paid. Most of them I'm seeing don't go to class because it's already paid for them and they don't have to worry about that. But it's just
A&T, they don't play though. As soon as you start, your GPA start dropping, academic probation, they give you a semester to come back. After that, you're gone.
Yep, exactly.
I came in with people in freshman year. I ain't seen them again simply because, honestly, I'm not gonna say I expected it, but I'm not surprised that they left because they weren't going to class. They were sitting up, getting high, not going to class, not just partying, drinking. Freshman year, didn't have no comeback. Didn't turn around.
I think that has to be the most craziest thing for me. Like, especially where do y'all find the money to spend on this? Because I be smelling that stuff at 7 a.m.
Yes.
How do you wake up in the morning?
You up 7 a.m. smoking.
Yeah, no.
You make your 8 a.m.
Yeah, no.
I think a lot of people think weed is literally just a coping mechanism. I don't know.
But
just find pride and joy. Smoking 24/7. I don't know.
So
that's how they operate. That's just
So it's just like if it were free, it's gonna be too many people that just only come here, and then it would just be out of control. I feel like it's people with book bags with nothing in them or no book bag at all, just coming in here just because it's free.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I feel that there has to be some type of like incentive system. Like if you have a certain GPA, we'll give you more money.
Exactly.
That's what I believe that should happen. I don't think, like you said, it shouldn't be totally free, but I feel like an in-state student, and that's the only thing that just bothers me. Why is an in-state student? Why do I have to pay $7,000 more than this?
You got to think about it. If everybody in the United States were able to pay what we pay, they would all come here.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of
it would
people.
be even harder for you, who is also out of state, even for me, to even try to get into school.
Yeah.
Especially people who are like, let's say I had a 3.0 GPA. They somehow had a 5 or something crazy. Like something crazy because they're way out in the middle of nowhere, but they're just like that. So I mean, that's why the prices are prices.
And luckily, I was blessed to change mine because I am technically out of state. But before then, I had some black people who were like, "Hey, you should be. Did you at least live here for about 3 months? Because I've been back and forth to North Carolina." Yeah. So I'm like, hey, grandma, let me get that little mail over there. Let me just verify real quick. So it's sad that I had to take extra steps to do so to save a little bit of money. But I will say for the out-of-state students, I hate that. To your point, because it's like, dang, you gotta pay more because you're out of state, but the choice that you made to come here as well, you should get at least a discount, something, especially after all that you put in now.
Because I was most definitely, I was mad when I didn't get no scholarship at all. And I was just like, coming from a kid, I had a 3.8 GPA. I was just like, I had the GPA. I was applying for scholarships and everything. Didn't get nothing from A&T at all. And I kind of felt like it. Now, luckily, like I said, I had a band scholarship. I do have a scholarship that I'm on, and my dad is in the position where he's at, where he can, pay some of it. Right. But what if I wasn't in that position? Then what? But it's morally a thing of just, I believe that it should be discounted. Yeah. So I feel like it should be discounted. For I would rather us, the out-of-state students, be able to like apply for something like the system that they like set up, where like if you go to this school for a year, you can a couple of your tuition can your balance could get deducted by like $1,000, $2,000, nothing too big, nothing too major. But, that's not the world we live in. That's not the government we're in right now.
Maybe they should do like your senior year free or something.
Senior year,
what? We're
you don't have to pay for anything.
You can come here and it'll be free on your senior year.
Right.
That'd be cool, but it's not.
It'll be cool. It's not gonna happen though. Not at all.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? Colleges should take public stances on political issues.
discuss?
For me, I think it depends on the political issue.
Yeah.
I think if it will affect their college, then they definitely need to take a stance on it, especially when it comes to funding.
It's like this. Y'all know about the current state of our government right now. Y'all know that. In this moment, I don't really feel safe as a university. I don't feel like we should do that because we would get threatened and probably potentially get shut down.
I agree.
Hell, they already trying to shut down the Department of Education. That's where most of our funding is there. So I really feel like in this moment, I don't really feel like we should, specifically speak on it. Or if circumstances were, better, I'll be like, yeah, we can talk about certain issues like you said.
Yes.
But in this current state of the political and economic, I'm not with it. I feel like we can only fight to a certain extent. And once we even if we do that, oh, now we're gonna shut your HBCU down. Now we're gonna stop funding.
Right.
Even after after he made it, and what happened in Texas with that school, for it to be a HBCU and the history that had for it to just burn up out of nowhere. How convenient. It's just like, I hate to say, and we all hate to say it, because it's like deep down, we just have to be quiet just to be safe. Because even though they feel threatened by us and we're not even doing anything, and yet here we are, minding our own business.
And minding our business, just
Walking down the street.
And they're but y'all over here running up in the White House. I'm like, y'all, it's just, it gets to a point where you just have to be silent and let people show their actions more and then the people that voted for Trump, and it's just, we, as a college right now, no, we just need to mind our business and help each other out right now.
I think the best thing the colleges can do is educate and push out programs and initiatives to educate their students. But I think in terms of the college itself coming out and say hey, we're in full support of this, I think definitely now is not the time to do that. I think simply just to be safe, and especially because we're in Greensboro and you don't know what the people are, because people already be coming to our campus literally just
willy-nilly.
On the campus.
Matter of fact, there was a protest last year. I don't think y'all seen. It was like
It
was like a protest.
When Conway was there, I saw that.
It was like a women's group.
Yes, it was.
I mean, just to speak about it, we all know we're all dealing with the effects now because now we're all grown now. Before we didn't have to deal with anything. Our parents had to deal with that. But now we're actually in this state of economy where it's like
we have to pay attention to everything.
We have to pay attention to everything because we are the generation that can single-handedly change everything. Right now, we got a lot of old people in our government. Just to be honest with you, that's making decisions for us. There's not a lot of young voices I don't think that'll be a good idea, or even if they'll get shut down. You know, so I feel like it's a very touchy subject because I feel like
it is touchy.
It's very touchy. It's very you gotta dip your feet in the water, but you also gotta just dip your toe in it. You can't dip your whole foot because if you do that, then you don't know what the effects it's gonna have. So.
I think that first off, I think it really starts in the local politics. You need to vote and see what's going on locally before you go to nationals. I mean, yes, the national politics is very important, but it also starts locally. But I also think I just said so many also, oh my God. I also think that it starts with your community and literally holding your friends accountable and educating them. Because I promise you, some of my friends, I love my friends dearly, but some of them, when it comes to political issues and political conversations, they don't be doing their research, and I'll be having to teach them stuff and say, okay, well, you need to do your research on this because I'm sorry, but you sound dumb on this specific topic. So I need you to understand and see this perspective. I hear you, but it may be an uncomfortable conversation, but I think it's good to practice those and have those conversations while in college, especially in college, because we're so young and we're literally like the future voices.
Literally. And I don't think they understand that.
Yeah.
At least people in the government don't understand that. They just think that, oh, we're just going to just sit back and we're just on our phones all the time.
Right.
Oh, we pay attention.
Like, if you see how they perceive us, like, it's actually very crazy.
It's actually very
crazy.
Like, oh, you just think we be on the phone. Like, we actually got people who will speak out and say something for us and speak on our behalf. I mean, like I always said, I was prepared for either if he won or Colin won. I said, either way, we got to stick with it and we got to stay together as people. Because I feel like oftentimes as a community, this election really, really showed college students we did our part. We did our part. Everyone else didn't.
Yeah.
Literally everyone else didn't. And it upset me because I was just like, she was qualified, overqualified actually. And it was just like seeing the next, because I had to go to class the next day. Nobody came. I'm like,
I vividly remember that day. It felt so weird.
It was sad. It was
very,
sad.
very
it was sad. And I was just like, it shouldn't be like that. But what I emphasize to everyone else is like, all right, we gotta come on. Everybody gotta get up. Let's do it. Let's uplift each other. It's not a moment for us to stay like this. Like, no, we have to fight. And what I mean by fight is not always what you do physically. It's about what you do up here.
Up there, and just how you act on a daily basis. Like, what you do and how you carry yourself. Like the I always like to tell my friends, like, the Black dollar is very expensive. So when Target pulled back their DEI initiatives, I stopped going to Target. I stopped going to Target. I was like, I love Target so much, but I can't even do that. I don't step foot in Target anymore. Had to find an alternative. Me and my friends did the same thing, because it's like, no.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? Greek life is essential to college.
3, 2, 1.
I don't know how to answer this. I don't know how to answer it.
I know how to answer it.
We're going to go with this
I
one.
don't want to get jumped.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think it has its pros and its cons. Like, for my example, pros, it builds you a ton of connections. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think that the foundations of, the D9 are very good. They're based on service, scholarship, most of them. I do generally think that they help build up the Black community as a whole. And really do increase your network, make you a better person than you are before you do join that organization. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's essential to your college experience. I think that people put being D9 also on a pedestal. Like, it's literally just
it's not a
no disrespect, but it's just an accessory.
Yeah.
It's just an accessory to what you already do. Like, I don't think people should make it like their entire life, because at any moment it could just be taken away. That's why I say I wouldn't necessarily say it's an essential part, but I think it's a very beneficial part in addition to what you already make at your college. But I wouldn't necessarily say that it's essential.
I'm going to just say it like this. D9 should only help you to get further in your career, if I'm just going to be honest with you. You wearing letters and doing all that stuff, to me, what is your character like? Because whatever your character was like before you was D9 is going to reflect when you are D9.
I agree.
I feel like you go in there with the intention, I'm going to serve my community, I'm going to do all that stuff. That's what you're going to come out. You're going to reap those benefits. But if you come in there just to get popularity and you want to be strolling, don't jump me, but you're strolling and doing all that stuff and not really benefiting your community, then what was the point of you doing it?
I agree. I think, unfortunately, in college, that is why a lot of people join.
Yes.
And that is, I'm just keeping it at that. That's why a lot of people join.
I'm gonna just say it. Come on now. It's just, you got to think about, why did you really do it? And let's be honest, why did you really? Let me not put no names out here. For what have we recently been seeing with the hazing, with the the death of a 20-year-old man, and it's just so much. And then a lot of people are denouncing, like burning letters because of religion purposes. It's just it's shaky.
That's another thing. I think that people don't stand clear and remember their why when they do join, and I think that's also why they denounce. They also don't do their research too, because you can do a lot of your research, and it's like I don't necessarily like how people always be like, they just be praising the devil and like I think like all the information for their stuff is literally online. Like, you just got to do your research.
Yes.
And it's also like it builds character.
It does. It really does.
We're supposed to be uplifting each other.
Yeah.
I think that I can't speak of it because I'm not in any. Rest in peace, Caleb Wilson.
Yes.
But I also think that everybody should not drag every single organization and every single chapter, because every single chapter and organization isn't the same at every single school.
Yeah.
But I do, send my condolences to his family, because that is a very unfortunate event that those guys did that to that man, because that's very sad. Like, it was when can you say stop? Like, why did he have to die?
And I believe it comes from that stigmatism, or if you paper or you made.
Yes.
That's the stigmatism that's always like, oh no, you was paper, you wasn't made for real. Like,
and I think that's just the things like within that culture of being Greek makes it what it is.
It just makes it hard to kind of go, how are you going to go about it?
Yeah.
Because like, and a lot of times, and I'm not going to lie to you, I believe it's hard to be denied. I would probably say on this campus. But I also feel like you have to get to know a lot of people. I wouldn't even say suck up, but a lot of people, I see that a lot. I'm just like, why are you sucking up to somebody who is a person just like you? All he has is letters, and he throws up a sign, and that's all he does, And I don't take that from nobody. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to it, whatever person you came in there, you leave as a better person. Don't leave in there and try to like, for example, the Caleb Wilson thing. They already graduated. Like, the people who did that to them, they graduated already. And I guess they crossed last year. So I'm assuming that, that whole process was just, there might be paper. And like, I hate that conversation, because it's just like, we're supposed to be uplifting each other and building character, not tearing people down and killing people. And I'm not saying that's for every chapter, but it kind of like, it woke me up. I'm just like, okay, that was not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And the fact that y'all just left him there, and nobody else, and his parents had to probably find that out, and no one said anything, and he's gonna be okay. Like, no, like let me see, a mother and father lost their child, and I seen a picture where his mother was hurt. I seen that picture, and me seeing that, and our parents are gonna say something to us.
Yeah.
I don't
And go ahead.
I don't mean to say anything wrong or anything. And yes, it was very sad. But I do have a question, because I didn't do too much research on him. But like, what were like? Do we know what happened? Like,
he got punched.
So the pledging, like, what
While he was online, essentially, they took him to a warehouse. He got punched multiple times, and I think they said he had a seizure or something, and they just like left him there. And I think I heard something about like they changed his clothes.
Yes, they changed his clothes.
Yeah, and they dropped him off at the hospital or something, or in some park,
like
something like that. Or that's what they lied about.
That's what I said. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
But no, they're saying the people that did it were saying it was part of the passing through whatever. Why are we going to a warehouse? Why are we like it gets to a point where that's some Crip and blood stuff, but that's not
It really does get to
so. And for me, back to the parent thing, like, I hope it's an eye-opener, because let's be honest, parents with the whole, so you're going to join, or are you going to join just because they didn't do it? Let's stop doing that. It's just like, just because you didn't live out yours, and if your kid don't want to do it, don't force nobody to.
I think he wanted to do that, but I don't think he knew that was
Yeah, I feel like that was different.
I think his dad was his dad was a legacy. So like,
So I'm already know he disappointed. I just feel
I'm not even disappointed. I would be mad.
well, yeah,
And I'd be like,
livid. Yeah,
because that's my child. You just killed my child, my baby.
Very sad.
You know, it's just it. I hate the fact that it took for something bad to happen for something to finally change.
Yep.
But as we know, who knows if it's going to change or not? This might just be another. We're going to mourn him. We're going to do all that stuff, but y'all are going to keep on doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Something has to change because we're supposed to be uplifting each other. Because everybody hates on us already enough. You know, we already get hate enough from other communities. We already get put in that box already. Somebody look at us, they may feel threatened. So they see us killing each other. They're gonna go with that stigma like, oh, so they're not even together. They're not unified or nothing. I believe it's all about unity. I believe D9 stands for unity, community, service.
right.
That's all. That's all I think it should stand for, in my honest opinion.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? I feel prepared for life after college.
Yeah.
Discuss.
All right. So you remember what you was talking about as far as like stress after college?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know if we all are in agreement with that, but everybody, it kind of like, it keeps getting thrown at me like, what you gonna do after college? What you gonna do after college? I'm like, I have not thought that far yet.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of our parents, they want us to be better than them and already have something in place, but a lot of them, when they went to college, they didn't have as much opportunities as what we had.
I think that, you know, like we said, you know, make college what it is, but I also think that you'll never be so prepared for life. Like some adults in the world, like the real world, be acting like kids just like us.
Yes.
Like I don't know.
No, if there's one thing I ain't gonna say despise, but our parents, they like try to, I don't know if y'all parents do it, but they try to live through y'all a little bit.
Yes,
Just a little
yes,
bit.
most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And then try to like kind of make decisions for you, like, oh, you should really do this. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You know, but I just believe that when it comes to it, that at least my parents had a big influence of like coming to college. And I think pretty sure that you can say that to anybody. But they specifically told me, like, whatever you want to do, we will support. But the moment you start doing whatever you're doing that BS and you over here not, you know, going to class and stuff, we will not support you.
I think that life after college, or just like life in general, is just like all about practicing like your morals and stuff, what you learn in college. Really just trial and error. So I feel that's why I say you can't. Nobody is ever fully prepared for life. Like you literally can't be prepared for life.
Because life can throw you
life, like anything can happen.
Yes.
And I mean, yes, you could be prepared in some situations, but I also think you should take every opportunity to learn from it, or take something from it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I believe when it comes to it, I'm just like this. Nobody's really essentially ready for life. Nobody is. It just gets thrown at you, and sometimes it'll kick, punch, uppercut you, and you just gotta be like,
Push through.
The biggest
get up still.
thing,
You know?
I guess, would have to be especially for people like me who started late. So I graduate when I'm 24. It's already life supposed to be starting for me now. And
What's that? TikTok? You 24?
right, yeah. So like right now, I'm 22, sophomore. Wait, you're 30? But no, I'm already older, so it's like I'm still having that extra time, but at the same time, like, Ty, you're 25, all right, like, you're 25, like, so I do have a little different point of view, because, I don't need to be living in my parents and it's just, but.
I mean, I really feel like when it comes to it, is that everybody starts their own journey.
Yes.
Whenever they, you know, if you start college, like, that's okay. That means you'll just be able to spread wisdom to somebody else who hasn't done it, you know?
Exactly.
And I think oftentimes, because my brother told me this, like, you know, we have conversations all the time about just what he does and, like, what decisions he made. And he just telling me, like, I can't tell you how to live your life, bro. You just got to live it, and you got any questions, I got you. And a lot of people, they don't have that. They don't have an extra voice. They don't have that voice telling them, don't do this, don't do that. So some of the times they try to figure it out on their own, and sometimes our own judgment is not the best.
Yeah.
So we definitely need, I feel like that system of wisdom or having that support system around you to guide you into the right direction is very crucial.
I
Yeah.
have two perspectives of that. Not just off what you said, but the question. So for starters, you know how I was saying earlier, you only live once. Don't live your life in fear and whatnot, what you're going to do, where you're going to be. I think that, and the same thing when it comes to college preparing you. And you know how you were saying just now about having a second voice? I think that's what college is for as well, because, you know, yes, we do have our parents. They do all they want is the best for us, but we also have people here who also give us other ideas on what to do, where we're going to go. You know, they just, it's like, that's why you got to get out the room and communicate with people. And then also, oh man, I forgot what I was going to say. Hold on.
It's gonna come back to you.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. But yeah, long story short, I was just trying to say, like, I think it does prepare you, or at least it has prepared me. Because if I were to get thrown out into the world right now,
I don't know what to do.
I think I have a pretty good idea on what I would do. I have two options.
What's two options?
My two options, okay, either A, military, or B, I would literally have to pick up a little part-time job and then
stack up some bread.
Yeah, stack up a little bit, but then I would have to like get to work on like creating my own business, but I would have to really work hard to do it.
Matter of fact, you probably got to do 2-3 jobs just to do what you're doing, because you're doing photography, so that equipment and doing all that stuff and getting paid from that's not cheap.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, if you use your money wisely.
Yeah. And I would say a lot of college people, we are all college students in here. A lot of us are just, we always think about the now.
Yeah.
Like, what's going to benefit us now? We don't ever think, I ain't going to say we don't ever think about it, but by the time we think about it, it's a little too late. Like, so when you made that reference to refund check, I was just like, damn, she is right. But I did invest in myself.
Yeah.
I did, but most of my money went towards food, groceries, all of that.
Yeah.
I bought this. Like, but you know, it was kind of an incentive to myself, because I didn't really get a chance to, you know, have that, you know, that much money, and just kind of just, you know, I'm learning. You know, everybody learning though.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I just don't like the fact that when parents be like, well, you should have already learned this, and yada, and they try to put it on you, and I'm just like, didn't you tell me I gotta learn? Like,
and it's really just what you kind of feed yourself when you leave as well. So like, there's certain. Dang, I lost my train of thought. It's coming back. There's certain ways of going about preparing yourself when you leave. And like you said, if people are in that mindset, I'm just ready to go, I'm ready to grab that degree, I'm ready to have the party and everything. Okay, but after the party, like, what do we do? So it's just
party, you going back to your mom and dad house.
So
what's going on?
You have to have a plan, and also have that talk with your people about what can they do to support you and what will be next. But like earlier when we were talking to the alumni, they said, I mean, after you graduate, it's kind of like you do have some free time. I know you still got work, but now you gotta really be out there. You gotta be putting your name out there, because careers is not going to come and find you now, and you got to go find them. And it's like so much. That's why, perfectly what you said earlier, you have to get out that comfort zone. Like you really need to learn all this stuff now, because if you don't do nothing else when you leave, you're going to be stuck relying on AI, let's be honest, relying on AI to do it for you, not thinking for yourself, in your parents' house, like, why haven't I gotten a job on Indeed? Let me be honest, don't use Indeed. Like, not to find no career. Yeah, like, yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. Just give me all a minute of, not a minute, but vulnerability. Like, I applied for 2 jobs this week. Yay, woo-hoo, but I know that when I start working and stuff like that, there's going to be a lot of times where I'm like, yo, I gotta work, but I want to do this and do that. But that's where I feel like you said, college teaches you a lot.
It does.
Priorities, budgeting. You got, because you got to think about it. What if your job, you have to go in at 8 a.m. every day?
Yeah.
Like the classes that you have, you're not going to have all that free time. You're working from 9 all the way. You could be working from 9 a.m. all the way to 9 p.m.
Right.
So,
I think a lot of people should ask themselves, like, I'm not gonna say like early on in college, but like by that midpoint, people should start asking themselves, like, okay, after college, where do I see myself? Like, what do I see myself doing? Like, what am I doing on a day-to-day basis? What am I wearing? How am I carrying myself? Like, like literally visualizing a detailed description of yourself in the future, and navigate your college life and preparing yourself to get to that point. Because that's literally almost kind of like manifestation. But,
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a sense of preparing yourself while in college. But at the end of the day, like, you'll never be fully prepared, but
Right.
it's still some type of preparation for your future
Because
self.
life is knocking at your door.
Yeah.
You know, like you about to be out there. And
It's just
it's like
Right.
Yeah.
once you get out there, it's
You're
like,
out there.
You're
I have
out
a
there.
question for you. As a senior, how on a scale of 1 to 10, how prepared do you feel like about going to the world?
Like 10 being what?
As in, I'm ready, or actually both sides. I'm ready and I'm not ready.
I say like an 8.
okay. That's fair. That's fair.
I say only an 8 because, like, I have a very close relationship with God, so it's just like
Yeah.
I know everything happens for a reason, and like I'm very, very, very patient. So it's just like I don't have anything lined up currently, but like I mean I do, but I don't. But regardless, I don't know. I just think that I'm not gonna sit here and stress myself out and say I'm not prepared. Like.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll never be prepared for the real world. I don't know how to explain it, but I guess it really just depends on that lifestyle that you want to live and like where do you see yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, and also really just like tuning into with your community and leaning on your community if you do need help. Like I don't know how to do taxes, but they the school literally is partnering with the church to help you do those taxes, and I know a couple people that are going to that.
Okay.
And just asking your family questions. Like at the end of the day, like you're not supposed to live life alone and feel like you have to carry everything on your back by yourself and be so independent. You literally have your family to help you with that and provide you with that wisdom. And I don't know, like I be calling my grandma sometimes. She be giving me so much wisdom. I don't know, and it
Not
literally,
to understand.
yeah,
Yeah,
they be
yeah.
understanding, like, and it just takes so much weight off of my shoulder, and like, and just I don't know, I don't see myself as an adult. Like deep down, I'm still a kid. I am a whole
still
kid.
17.
I literally like
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
literally just graduated.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it was yesterday.
Literally, I'm
And
still
the-
a kid in my
And the
mind.
crazy part about it is though, we're the Gen Z. We have to damn near what's the word I'm looking for? All the other generations put all this pressure on us, and we lived through a pandemic. What other generation do you know did that?
Yeah.
We lived through that, and we got through it.
Shout out, Jen.
Barely. I'm about to say.
Barely.
Barely, but
Yeah.
we did it. Like I
Yeah.
said, we all here to live and tell our story. But to say and to end on this is just that rely on you have a village.
Yeah.
That was told to me before I left. You have a village.
You do.
If I cannot talk to my parents, I can go to any one of y'all.
Yeah.
If I can't talk to somebody older than that, will give me that wisdom. But I feel like the emphasis is just having a village and just understanding, like
Yeah.
that's where it is. That's what's going on. So that's
One last small thing. Life, it's a journey. If you get knocked down or something, don't give up.
Yes.
You just gotta keep living.
I thought you was gonna put forward.
Life,
your-
no, for real, life
No.
is like a box.
Well, exactly. You never know what you're gonna get. Yep.
But real talk though, we had a
That's good.
productive.
Yeah.
We had a great conversation. That was great.
It was nice to be in this with all of you.
Yeah.
Appreciate the production team over there.
Yes, shout out.
Shouts out Perk Talk production team. You feel me?
Good job.
Okay.